Let's talk cocoa powder, because not all cocoa powder is the same, and using the wrong one can completely change your baked goods. At its core, cocoa powder is what's left after cocoa butter is removed from chocolate. The cacao beans are fermented, roasted, and shelled to get the nibs. The nibs are then ground into a chocolate liquor. The cocoa butter is removed, and what's left gets ground down to what we know as cocoa powder. Basically, it's unsweetened chocolate ground into a fine powder. But how it's processed makes a huge difference in flavor, color, and how it reacts in baking. There are three main types of cocoa powder that you'll see in recipes: natural cocoa powder, Dutch processed cocoa powder, and black cocoa powder. Now, how to tell what kind is which? Well, natural cocoa powder usually would just be listed as cocoa and will be the lightest in color. If it's Dutch cocoa powder, you can look at the ingredients list and it will say that it's alkalized. It usually is a bit redder and darker in color. Black cocoa will be the darkest in color. Now, let's break them down a bit further. First is natural cocoa powder. It's the most common in American baking and the most acidic. It's lighter in color and has a sharper, more bitter chocolate flavor. The acidity is really important because it reacts with baking soda, which is a base. That reaction helps your baked goods rise. You'll usually see natural cocoa powder in recipes like classic chocolate cakes, brownies, and cookies that call for baking soda. Think brands like Hershey's Natural Cocoa. If you want to step things up a notch in quality, Ghirardelli is a great store brand that I can find in just about any grocery store. Dutch processed cocoa powder has been treated with an alkaline solution to neutralize the acidity. What does that mean for you? It means it's darker in color, smoother, and less bitter than natural cocoa. The flavor is more mellow and chocolate forward, and it's what you'll see in European baking. Because the acidity has been removed, Dutch cocoa does not react with baking soda the same way. So you will see Dutch cocoa used in recipes that use predominantly baking powder, with perhaps a lesser amount of soda. Recipes using Dutch cocoa usually rely on baking powder or other acids for structure. This is my go-to for things like chocolate frosting, chocolate cookies, and rich cakes, where I want a deep chocolate flavor without the bitterness. For brands, the most common you will see as an American baker is Hershey's Special Dark. If you want to step things up, you can try again Guitar Cocoa Rouge. As a personal splurge of mine is Valrhona. It can be pricey, but wow, talk about quality and flavor. Now that covers the two basics, but there's one left: black cocoa powder. Black cocoa powder is that boldest of them all. It's ultra dark, almost black, and surprisingly mild flavor. If you've ever had Oreo cookies, that signature dark color comes from black cocoa. It's basically ultra Dutch cocoa, meaning it's like super alkalized, so it's not acidic and it doesn't react with baking soda. I use the brand Modern Mountain Baking Company. They also have a great Dutch cocoa as well. Now, the big question: can you substitute natural cocoa for Dutch cocoa? The short answer is yes and no. It's best to stick with what's called for in the recipe. Because of their difference in acidity, you can't adjust just one-to-one. You can make substitutions, but you may need to tweak the leavening to keep the chemistry balanced. Now, you can usually get away with using natural cocoa powder if a recipe calls for Dutch cocoa. If you use natural cocoa instead of Dutch cocoa, expect your baked goods to be a little bit lighter in color, and they should rise okay, but they may sink a little bit, and they will have a slight tang, usually due to that cocoa's acidity. If you swap in Dutch for natural, you may end up with flatter or denser baked goods because it needs that acid to react with the baking soda. You could try adding in a pinch of crema tartar, which is an acid that will react with the baking soda. Now, to test this, I made 2 batches of my chocolate bread, one with natural cocoa and one with Dutch process. Now, because the recipe calls for only baking powder, I like to use Dutch processed cocoa powder. You can see that the one made with natural cocoa powder instead is lighter in color and also did sink a little bit in the middle compared to the one made with Dutch cocoa. This one rose beautifully and has a bit of a darker color, and to me, a bit of a smoother chocolate taste. Now, if a recipe has no leavening, like some brownie recipes, frosting, or pudding, then you can use whatever type of cocoa you'd like. What if a recipe doesn't specify? This is such a common question. Now, as a general rule, natural cocoa pairs with baking soda and Dutch cocoa pairs with baking powder. And fun fact for you, Dutch cocoa powder wasn't actually around for most of the 20th century in America. So for older recipes in American baking, if it says cocoa powder, it will mean natural unsweetened. Me personally, if it doesn't specify, I like to use a Dutch cocoa powder. Now, once you understand the differences, cocoa powder stops being confusing and starts becoming a powerful tool in your baking. If this helped clear things up, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more baking breakdowns like this, and let me know in the comments what baking question should I tackle next. And until next time, happy baking.